Okay, just let's look at this. Let's look at this comment from order of magnitude that I actually found on one of Rebel's live streams. This is in relation to ITC. See, I think people have a problem with the £25 or $25 for a guaranteed contact session. With ITC, you cannot guarantee contact. So this is why he put this guarantee in capital letters. You cannot guarantee that, which is absolutely true. And that is unfair and wrong. There is nothing wrong with receiving donations or even offering personal sessions. I don't think there's anything wrong with offering personal sessions, but the problem I have is when people use that to make money. You know, especially when people in ITC know that you cannot guarantee contact every time you do a session. But you need to take away guaranteed because you do not make contact each and every time that box goes on. What are you, Steve Bluff? Just use those crappy apps. You will always get a response out of them. Oh, do you? Come on, man. It's not a good rep. Take my advice. No guarantees. Ditch the apps too. Now, some of us do ITC sessions, and depending on how often you do them, there's, the chances of you getting some kind of contact varies. Even at that, you are not sort of guaranteed to know exactly who is contacting you. And for anybody that doesn't know much about ITC, we're talking in this case about Cecil using a radio that scans through the frequencies and stations, and there's little bits of audio keep coming out, little small bits come out, keep scanning, goes on to the next station, a little bit comes out, and the idea around that is the theory that these little snippets of audio can be manipulated to form communication and sentences. I know it sounds really far-fetched, but for those people that have done sessions for a long time, sometimes we get contact, or we get a response that comes up on the radio relevant to the questions that we ask. Responses to your name, responses to colours, numbers and letters, shapes, even sentences like "I'm dead," blah blah blah, swear words that are not permitted over the radio waves, etc. So there is a lot of proof out there that it works, but it's still an experimental tool, and for somebody to use that tool to make money and then guarantee contact, when you guarantee contact with a a method that is not 100% reliable, you're scamming people. There's no other way of explaining that. Here's the other thing. We got the $25 here, right? I remember him saying, I charge $15 for sessions, but if you pay $25, I guarantee contact. That in itself doesn't make sense, because if people are willing to pay and ask for a session, which would they prefer? They would prefer to get a guarantee contact. They're not going to, what is the $15? Is that just a kind of a gamble session? So he kind of slipped up there. Because if you're able to perform ITC and guarantee contact every time, why would you be charging $15 not to guarantee contact? So, that's why I came up with the opinion that this is a scam. You've got to take into account too that Cecil doesn't know an awful lot about ITC. He does these sessions and he thinks he can solve crimes, and sometimes he makes these claims of contact, and when you listen back, the Spirit Box hasn't said that at all. So say if you ask for a session and you want your $25 to guarantee contact, and he does the session and you dispute that contact took place, take into account that you're dealing with Cecil. Cecil will dispute you, and if you disagree with him, he will call you every name under the sun. He will get angry, and he will come down hard on you. So I would advise anybody to stay away from this kind of scam. Now, I know Cecil, I don't think he does personal Spirit Box sessions now, but the last time I seen any activity around this was about a year ago. And in the comment section, somebody asked him to do a personal ghost box session, and of course Cecil had to come up with the money straight away, and it wasn't $25, it was $15. And he gave the reason why he charged $15 is because he is putting himself at risk from a demonic attack and possession. I mean, how ridiculous is that? This is coming from a guy that doesn't know a lot about ITC. He switches on his Spirit Box like it's some sort of phone to talk to famous celebrities like Tupac and Michael Jackson and stuff like that. It's absolutely ridiculous. And a lot of the claims that he makes about solving crimes and talking to Tupac and stuff like that, a lot of that contact isn't actually there. So I just thought I would highlight this. I came up on a video from Rebel and that from 6 years ago, and I remember Cecil disputing this $25 at the time, but it just accidentally, I just accidentally came across it in the video on that, so yeah. But folks, I'm going to leave that one for now, and I will talk to you again real soon. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments and that. I'm not an expert in ITC by any means, but people like myself, an order of magnitude, we do Spirit Box sessions with a little bit more logic than Cecil does, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to leave it for now, and I'll talk to you again soon.